And because it didn't make sense to me, it was hard for me to grasp the concept of having faith like that to believe.
That's good.
So that's what it's the same thing. I wasn't static. I was falling behind because the natural things of the world of everything got to make sense. It got to add up.
Yeah.
It got to be super logical. It was pushing me further behind to saying that, but when I apply this principle called faith, faith don't always make logical sense.
Right.
So at that point, I was behind. I was spiritually delayed. So that's how when we're in church and we start learning all the different things, the gifts that God gives us, and then we start receiving the gifts of speaking in tongues. Tabitha and the kids were able to receive that gift quicker than me. I had to break that off my mind. My mind kept saying, that don't make sense. That's not me. That's I'm making this up as I'm saying it. This don't sound right.
Yeah.
It don't sound right. Am I really doing? Is this? And it's just a lot I had to break through to be able to receive that gift that God has for all of us.
Right.
But my point in that is I had to make a change, and I had to say, you know what? I got to break off all this logic in my mind. I got to break off all this analytical thinking in my mind and start saying, if I'm going to have the faith to believe that Jesus Christ lived and he died for me. If I believe that much, if I say I'm a Christian and I believe that much, I got to believe the whole Bible.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, I got to use my logic against itself in a sense. This is almost like I'm saying, if I say I truly believe in God and I believe in Jesus, then I got to apply that rule to say, well, I got to believe in, I can receive the gift of speaking in tongues.
Right.
So if I truly believe, I got to say, you know what? Turn my logic off when it comes time for me to activate my faith, and I need to be activating this faith. But the point is, if I hadn't have done that, if I hadn't have been willing to make that change, I probably wouldn't be on fire as I am about talking about God, talking about Jesus, or pushing Jesus to everyone. I wouldn't be on fire like that because I'd be like, man, this stuff don't make sense to me. I ain't doing it. I wouldn't be active in the church. I wouldn't be going to church. I'm like, it don't make sense to me if I wouldn't be willing to make that change. And if I wouldn't have did that, the disaster in it or the danger in it, like she was saying, the dangers of not changing, I got to account for that. Like if I say I'm a believer, I believe in Jesus, I believe in God,